check now on that forecast because we are tracking some rain, which kind of stinks when we're here just on the precipice of the weekend, right?
Yeah, it's not going to last though. Brittany Van Voorhees standing by with more. Brittany?
Yeah, no washout, Fred or Vanessa. It's just one of those evenings, and honestly, a weekend ahead. You just got to make sure you have an umbrella handy just in case. Great tool to have, of course, to track the rain live, as always, our free WCNC Charlotte mobile app. So we'll see a few areas of heavy rain tonight, some localized flooding, but mainly south and east of the city. More sunshine, more storms expected this weekend, but no washout. And then our next big rainmaker actually arrives by the early half of next week. So where's the rain right now? Well, it's kind of stayed center here over the very far eastern half of Richmond County. In fact, if you're in areas southeast of Rockingham, you need to watch out for some isolated flooding there if you are heading on the roadways, some minor street flooding, ponding, all that jazz. But notice you'll see a lot of this warmth and moisture here over the next few days, honestly, streaming in from the south and west. That's what's sparking up a few areas of rain. But notice over the past few hours, a lot of that's fallen apart. And one of the reasons why is our cloud cover. Our clouds kept the temperatures a little bit lower today, only in the upper 70s, and that's helped stabilize the atmosphere. So while we could see a few areas of rain roll in, the storm potential is going to be pretty low with that stable atmosphere. Love to see that. Of course, all of this ahead of a storm system that is churning just off the coast there. You see, along with the stalled cold front that is sparking up a severe weather potential there from Charleston all the way toward Wilmington. And those same areas actually are under a medium risk there for flash flooding with all the rain through this evening. But notice most of our area under that low risk there. So even with the rain that does fall, the flooding risk is much, much lower than areas along the coastline. So again, not a washout, but be prepared for some of those showers to be heavy at times. But notice tomorrow, just a few showers and thunderstorms, mostly to partly cloudy day. Temperatures, though, will be a little warmer in the mid 80s. And then we're in the mid 80s once again on Sunday. But Sunday's kind of an interesting day. We'll start off with more sunshine, but clouds will roll in for the afternoon and evening, and that'll be the return of some scattered storms. So if you're on the tail end of likely those Pride events, maybe the kickoff there of Charlotte Nights at 5 o'clock, you should be largely good to go with some of those storms arriving later on in the evening. So Charlotte FC, especially with that match not kicking off till 7. You want to be aware of that and, of course, stay weather aware. Lots of moisture overhead this weekend, and that's going to be a lot of tropical air, too. So really, any rain that does fall, again, could be heavy at times. And although the temperatures will only be in the mid 80s, it won't be as hot as it has been for most of the summer. It's still going to be muggy out there. So make sure you have a way to stay hydrated. But an approaching storm system early next week is going to allow for at least a few days of some slightly drier air Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So just know that the dew points will dip a little bit early next week with that cold front, but it's just not going to be much. In the tropics, we have a new potential tropical cyclone, which essentially means it has not yet become a tropical depression or named storm, but this has allowed for tropical storm warnings to be in effect there for northeastern Mexico coast and southern Texas, where a lot of rain is expected to fall this weekend as that storm moves across the country there. Southern Texas saw a lot of rain even last week with another another tropical area there that never became a named storm, so we'll be watching that flooding potential very closely. Locally, again, the only thing tropical is all of our really, really muggy air this weekend. Storms ramp up a little bit more Sunday afternoon and evening. They stay elevated Monday and early Tuesday, and then we'll lower those rain chances a bit late next week as temperatures will be nice and toasty back up in the mid to upper 80s.